Hey guys, and welcome back to the Accumulation Zone. In today's video we are going to take a look at the coming week ahead, starting from October the 1st until October the 7th. The first thing that really stands out this week is that we have high impact news on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. It's also a new monthly candle, and the first week of every monthly candle we get non-farm employment change news on Friday. So we will see how that plays out. We also have Powell speaking on Monday, making this week a little bit harder to anticipate or predict because we have news on every single trading day. Usually we have news maybe on 3 out of 5 days, and we can anticipate some sort of a weekly template, but that's going to be a lot more difficult this week. Before we get into TradingView, I also want to go through the barchart.com commitment of traders report. Therefore, I'm going to look at the non-commercial large speculators section of the legacy COT report, and I'm looking at the summary. If we scroll all the way to the bottom here, we can see that the net positions of the large speculators are currently at the 52-week range high on the SP500. So right now, prices are rather bullish, or large speculators are rather bullish, and but other than that, there's really not that much of information that we can extract from that. We had a strong increase in long positions, 63,000 contracts. Short positions also increase, but this is the only thing that really stands out here, and that we are currently at the 52-week range high. But overall, the speculators, the large speculators, are still positioned net short. Yes, they are at a 52-week range high, but it's still a negative number. So currently they're still positioned short, but we can see that they're starting to take profits on the shorts and add more long positions. We will keep an eye on that for the coming weeks ahead. And now let's continue right into TradingView. So now we are in TradingView and we're looking at the monthly time frame for the S&P 500 futures contract. And as we can see, we're still inside this monthly bullish fair value gap. That's the first bullish fair value gap for the entire year of 2023. And note where this monthly candle closed. If we really zoom in here, we almost closed perfectly at the 50% level of this monthly bullish fair value gap. Before we drop down to the weekly chart, I also want to point out that currently we are in bullish market structure. We formed a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And with the beginning of the year 2023, we started to displace through our most recent lower high, which is a bullish market structure shift. And note how perfectly aligned that market structure shift level is compared to the consequent encouragement of the only monthly bullish fair value gap that we have left behind since pretty much the beginning of 2022. So that's quite a big time for a monthly time frame. And really what we would expect here, if this would be a lower time frame, is either that this bullish fair value gap is going to hold support and we continue higher from here, or we are invalidating it and we fail to go up higher and we continue to close below this bullish fair value gap, start to use it as resistance to deliver lower. So now we drop down to the weekly time frame, and want to keep this short. On the weekly time frame, what I want to see is a continuation lower towards the 50% level of this entire yearly range. So the low of 2023 to the high of 2023. I measured that out. Actually, I drew this wrong. This is the low of 2023. And right here at this 50% level of the entire yearly range, we also have a tiny bullish fair value gap right here. It's also aligned with the low of the monthly fair value gap. If we think about the monthly chart, we do not expect the lower wick to respect the monthly fair value gap perfectly. So we could get maybe a wick below this level. And this is really my area of interest because this lines up with the 50% of the entire yearly range for the year of 2023. We entered the last quarter of 2023, so maybe a little bit more movement to the downside, consolidation, and then I would really expect a expansion throughout November and December towards the highs. But the area of invalidation, we're right in it, so we're starting to form that pullback for the next expansion leg up higher, and that's usually what we see during the pre-election year 2023. So yeah, I want to see this new week opening gap right here. Let me mark this out. This is our new week opening gap. Let me change the color for that and make it red. So we have this new week opening gap paired with a bullish fair value gap, paired with a bullish monthly fair value gap. Right now we're inside a weekly bullish fair value gap as well. And yeah, we can see that all these confluences align right here. And yeah, really I would like to see price to reprice into the 4200 levels. So there's still a little bit more room to the downside that we could potentially expect. So now I drop down to the daily time frame, and if we bring our monthly and weekly analysis down to the daily, we get a good picture of what price is likely to do next. So like said, I want to see price to move into those 4200 levels, price levels, and paired with it we have sell side at 4262.75. And yeah, right here that's the weekly bullish fair value gap we talked about. We're currently inside of that, and we also filled the contract rollover gap right here from the 8th of June over to the 9th of June. We already filled that. We repriced it in completely. Keep in mind, we're still inside that monthly bullish fair value gap and inside that weekly bullish fair value gap. So really what I'd like to see is price to continue lower, sweep this sell side, fill in this range. If you remember, if we go back to the weekly, we have the 50% of our current yearly range. Let me draw it up one more time. From the low of 2023 to the high of 2023. So now we drop it back down to the daily. This should carry over. Let it load here quickly. So on the daily it disappeared, but it's alright, we get the idea, I already talked about it. We want to see a retracement back into this area. That's really what I'm looking for. We do not have to get it, but for potential targets to the downside, I want to point out this low from Thursday, the 8th of June. And of course Wednesday's low, which is also the previous week's low. So yeah, those are my targets to the downside. And if we want to continue higher first, and yeah, after having filled this gap and the monthly fair value gap, we haven't filled it in completely. The low of the monthly fair value gap comes in at 4244. So really seeing a further retracement or deeper retracement into this weekly fair value gap down here, and to fully reprice that monthly bullish fair value gap, maybe with a lower wick. Yeah, I would like to see lower prices, and we could do that by going up Monday, Tuesday next week to fill in maybe this weekly bearish fair value gap, reject from it to deliver lower into another weekly bullish fair value gap, and to fully price in this big gray box, which represents the monthly bullish fair value gap. To finish this weekly outlook, let's also take a quick look at the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour chart, I always mark out my previous week's high and previous week's low, and Friday's high and Friday's low, and also just other important buy and sell side that I can spot on the 1 hour time frame for my intraday scalping. So we can see Thursday's low is going to be major sell side liquidity inside the previous week's range. Currently, if we take a look at our previous week range, we can see that we're almost perfectly at the 50% level of this entire weekly range. So we want to see if we continue to go higher from this discount right here to take out the previous day's high, Friday's high, and the previous week's high. We have more buy side above this level, but I'm going to mark this out once I see confirmation that price actually wants to go higher. So this is our previous week's PD array. We're currently at the 50%. We repriced into a discount right here below 50% for a potential continuation higher. This would be my bullish scenario. And yeah, the bearish scenario for me would be that from this weekly range, we repriced into a premium to continue lower. So we pushed up, cleared buy side liquidity right here. Let me mark this out. We swept buy side. Where do we have buy side liquidity taken? We swept buy side and we rejected from a 1 hour bearish fair value gap right here, followed by a change in the state of delivery. We had a bearish market structure shift right here, and we continued with that sell-off to even sweep out this low. So yeah, really it's 50-50 here, so I'm really interested to see how Monday sets up for the new week. Other than that, it's hard to make a prediction of what price is going to do. I mean, keep in mind that we are inside our weekly bullish fair value gap, monthly bullish fair value gap. We have a weekly bearish fair value gap above us and a weekly bullish fair value gap below us. We're inside a bullish fair value gap, so it's tough to tell. But with all this, as our higher time frame analysis, we pretty much can't fail. We are prepared for every possible outcome. And yeah, guys, this is going to be the end for this weekly outlook. I hope you enjoyed watching it and learned something new to maybe incorporate into your weekly outlook routine. So yeah, guys, thanks very much, and make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed watching it, and I will see you on our Discord server or in my next YouTube video.